genuinely think people are not ready. I joke a lot about you're not bullish enough. I'm not bullish enough. I made a post about that today. And you know what? I don't know if I'm bullish enough. I don't even know if I'm bullish enough. We all have our risk appetite, right? We have our risk balance strategy. And sometimes I think about, I'm pretty conservative. I think about all of this time planning. Am I properly positioned? Am I okay right now? Because I think a supply shock is coming, not just to Bitcoin, but to crypto. And I genuinely ask myself, am I ready? Am I bullish enough? In this video, I want to talk briefly about that, the supply shock of Bitcoin, because something's happening right now. Michael Saylor posted, big things are coming. And I'm going to talk about how this plays into altcoins as well. But I want to start with Bitcoin and start with this news. And I'm going to dissect what he is saying here. And so before I really get into what I think is happening and why big things are coming, let's just look at generally the headlines of the day while he's posting that. So Michael Saylor says that if America buys 5.5 million Bitcoin, it could be worth 106 trillion. So just take that one piece of data. Senator Loomis reintroduces Bitcoin Act bill, proposing 1 million Bitcoin purchase over 5 years with a 20-year minimum hold. You might be thinking, okay, so this is the big thing that's coming. And I don't necessarily actually think it has to do with this. I'm going to show you exactly what I think it is. So let's start with this clip from Senator Loomis, and then we're really going to dive into the details. And then we're going to look at Bitcoin charts because I want to talk about Bitcoin price action right now. Hit the subscribe and like on the way, and let's just do it. Check this quick clip out.
I'm so pleased to announce that today I will be reintroducing the Bitcoin Act.
I don't need to show this whole video, but this is what's going on right now. The Bitcoin Act, reintroduced the Bitcoin Act to buy 1 million Bitcoin. So before we talk about what Michael Saylor is getting ready to do, keep this in mind, what United States of America is getting ready to do and the pressure that this is going to put on other countries. And a lot of people will say, it's not going to pass, it's not going to pass. I very much think that the US is going to be accumulating Bitcoin. This is going to put a pressure on other countries to get in that race. We're going to have nation states rushing to accumulate Bitcoin. Now, here's a clip from a video I found, posted a day ago from Beat the Denominator. I just came across this video in terms of Michael Saylor and his plan. I'm going to show you a very quick clip. It's insane, and then we're going to talk about it. Before we dive into this clip, which is going to show you exactly what Saylor is up to, I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, CoinLedger. Go sign up with them. Click the link below. Taxes are here. It's time. It is time. Whether you've done them or not, it's time to pull the Band-Aid off and get it done. I want to point your attention very briefly to the screen that you see here. It is this simple. Import accounts. Click around the account you want to import. You continue. It imports your transactions and it generates the reports. And then all of a sudden you see your short-term, long-term capital gains. This is moving a little bit quicker, but this is the process. And it really is what it says on the screen. Crypto tax is done in minutes, built to save you time and maximize your refund. For me personally, even with CoinLedger, I'm just like, taxes come. It's like, man, we gotta get organized, gotta figure this out. I do not know what I would do without CoinLedger. I really don't. And I've been using CoinLedger for years. David and the team over there are awesome. It's one of the most important products in crypto. Do your crypto taxes, but do them right. And that means not only just you don't want to underpay your taxes, but you also don't want to overpay either. Over 500,000 crypto investors using CoinLedger for good reason. Click the link below. Just awesome team, awesome product. And thanks CoinLedger for sponsoring the video. Now let's take a look at this clip.
That's accretive. Now we have a new plan, 21 billion strike preferred at the market offering plan. That's the announcement of the day, 21 billion left. So if you add 4 billion plus 14 billion plus 21 billion, roughly Sailor's got another $39 billion of buying power that is going to come through the MicroStrategy's doors within the next, a year, 2 years?
Think of that buying power. $39 billion of buying power. Check this out.
I don't really know. The point is something's going to have to give at some point, because 39 billion divided by 80,000 a coin of Bitcoin, that's 487,500 more Bitcoin to buy. And there's a problem. There's only 450 new Bitcoins that are mined each day. So he can buy pretty much more than 1,000, let's call it almost 1,100 days worth of supply. If Bitcoin stays at 80,000, he can.
Which Bitcoin, in my opinion, is not going to stay at 80,000. Do you realize those numbers that were just read off? So when you see a post like this, Bitcoin or big things are coming, and Saylor knows the plan, I think he's thinking not only about his plan, and he's seeing the numbers, and he's seeing 450 Bitcoin mined a day. There's supply shock alone on the screen, right? With strategy, let alone nation states fighting to accumulate Bitcoin, let alone institutional adoption, ETFs, the demand there, let alone retail. This is an absolute pressure cooker on the screen. There's not enough Bitcoin. So this is not a short-term analysis video. I'm going to mention a couple things in terms of price, but I just want to say, in terms of the short term, there's all this panic. I think it's irrational fear right now because of where we are, especially in the monetary cycle, and I think what is getting ready to happen with the end of quantitative tightening. There's all this speculation that it's game over for crypto and Bitcoin, right? And we're going to fall. I don't know where the bottom exactly is. What I can tell you is, from a technical analysis perspective, we have a beautiful throwback so far to the neckline. Even this weekly candle has been volatile. Just look at us testing the neckline right at the 50-week moving average. Exactly what we've been talking about on this YouTube channel. But do you realize what is in play right now in terms of the upside for Bitcoin? I don't care. Even if Bitcoin has to test this entire range back here and we're falling to like $60,000, do you understand the supply shock that is in play right now on the macro? And do you understand what that could do to altcoin markets? And I want to bring up altcoin markets because they're in a very special place with the monetary cycle kind of pivoting, quantitative tightening ending, M2 money supply, increasing. These are the ingredients that will push and drive an altcoin bull market. And this is why we haven't really had it yet. But with this Bitcoin demand, I want to point something to your attention. Bitcoin ETF was approved like somewhere back here, January 2024. It was still, quite a distance from its all-time highs. And in terms of where altcoins are in their cycle, they're pretty much right here. And I can tell you one thing. They will likely outperform once this ship gets going. They will outperform Bitcoin. So from that area, ETF approval to all-time high, 160% to right now, we're at like 93%, 90 to 100%. Altcoins, when they have their bull market, will far outperform that Bitcoin move. And this is why this is so big for altcoins, because they're going to start getting their own supply shock in their own ways as altcoins are adopted. This isn't a Bitcoin only story. And even from the White House, we've seen that, right? They've not only been talking about Bitcoin, they're talking about digital assets. They are here to support the growth of the industry as a whole. And with that come the technologies that many of you and I have kind of grown to know over the years and hold as value investors. So all of this, I think, is coming together at such a very nice time. And there's no better thing happening than the fact that we are in this environment of high fear. So as we're getting ready for all of this pivot from a macroeconomic perspective, what I think will be bullish, we're in a high fear environment. And that is very good. We're in an oversold environment. You even go look at the S&P 500. Look at where it is. So of course there could be more downside, but this very level that it's at is kind of a level where we've seen this bottom out before. 2023, a lot of fear. Look at the RSI where it bottomed out and then we went higher, right? Back here, this was 2018, went a little lower than this area. Point is, we've come down a long way from first hitting overbought back here in March 2024, a year ago. With all of this bearish divergence, it's come to this point where we're falling, where we're correcting. It is what it is, but I would be very careful to call this a bear market, because if you look back on this chart, we can be very close to some kind of bottom, and it's just kind of a matter of not so much timing it, but it's a matter of planning for what is next for Bitcoin and for crypto charts. So maybe there's some more volatility to the downside in the short term, but what is next for these cryptos in the coming year, 2 years, as we get this supply shock? That's what I'm looking at. That's the bigger story. And I just think this is, this does have some meaning behind it. Big things are coming. And I think that's just the general supply shock that is getting ready to happen in the crypto space. So let me know your thoughts, everybody. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed the content and turn notifications on. I will see you all in the next video. God bless.